everybody, welcome back to the craft room. Today is Thursday, March 18th. I hope you all had a good St. Patrick's Day. It's a little chilly in the craft room because it's a little chilly outside. Actually recording this on the 17th, but we had rain all day and it's supposed to get cold tonight. They're saying snow, but I'm hoping not. But anyway, that is not what we're here for. I am here to tell you about some YouTube channels. Now, these are not shout outs or, these are non-Yarny YouTube channels that I think you might enjoy because I thoroughly enjoy them. Two of them are free movies to watch, and the third one is an actual YouTube channel. But like I said, these are all non-Yarny, but I think you guys will like them because I definitely like them. And I also have some new gardening stuff to show you real quick. We'll start with that and then we'll get into the good stuff. I did go to the store again. Sorry. You never know. I mean, I figure if I got seeds, I can have food. But I stopped by my Dollar Tree tonight, and they do have seeds that are all for $1, not sneaky like Dollar General was the other day. But I picked up two different kinds of peas, a short carrot. These are it says half long, whatever that means. And then a summer squash. I got some of the sugar snap peas. I'm the only one that likes peas, but maybe I can convince Steve if we have fresh garden peas. I don't know. We'll have to see. I also got some of these Alaska peas, which fresh peas are really good, like in pasta salads and stuff. Yes. And then I got it says Dwarves half long carrots. I'm guessing these would be the little short ones, not the really long ones. And then the other one I got was some summer squash. It's the crookneck squash, which I really like that. Which this is really good sauteed. And it's really good if you saute it or if you cut it up and saute it with some cucumbers. So I was messaging with Ella from No Catchy Name the other day, and we were talking about gardening, and I mentioned how I sauteed some cucumbers, and it is really good. I had some extra cucumbers that were getting ready to go bad. They were getting real soft and squishy, not edible. I mean, they were edible, but I didn't want to eat them being squishy, so I sauteed them. Excellent. Butter, and I also sauteed some in some bacon grease, salt and pepper. Oh, so delicious. So anyway, I got these and I'm going to add to my seed bag. I also picked up the very last one of these. This is a little coneflower grow kit that I got from Family Dollar. Cost me just $1. This is just the same as the other. It's got the little seed paper in there, and then it's got the dirt. But if you don't know, coneflower, and I can't say this properly, but the Latin name for it is like Echinacea purpura or something like that. Purple coneflower. This is a good medicinal plant. It is an immune booster, so that's why I got that. I might need it one of these days. I used to have tons of coneflower before we moved away from where we had a garden. And I also picked up these at my Family Dollar. I'm hoping these aren't too tall. These are, what are they? 9 ounce. These are the shortest ones that I could get. Instead of spending the money to buy the special little, what are they called? Net pots or whatever. I watched a YouTube video for this. This is for growing stuff in water. I watched a YouTube video how you can use like the plastic cups. You just have to cut little slots in them for the roots to grow down into to get to the water. So that is my... Steve knows. That is my garden seed haul for the day. Second time this week. But anyway, it is what it is. So back to these videos. The first one that I want to tell you about, and I've gotten into the habit where I will sit down and, watch like a movie that I don't really want to have to concentrate on, that I can just kind of listen to. Sometimes I get involved in like forget what I'm supposed to be doing. But I like just to have that in the background with something going on. But the first one I want to tell you about is like I said, it is a free movie to watch on YouTube. The name of the YouTube channel is Christian Movies. Is where I found it. They've got more than just movies there, but this is one of their movies that they have. It's called A Matter of Faith. And this is the full movie. I had ads with it, but that's okay. I can deal with the ads for a good movie. But basically what it's about is a high school girl that decides to go off to a secular college instead of a Christian college or a church based college. And her science class, the professor is very anti creation. And being a young person, you know how your ideas can get swayed and stuff like that. Something came up, and her parents came to the college specifically to talk. Her dad wanted specifically to talk to the professor because he found out that the professor was, you know, messing with kids' minds, and he had a very strong Christian, you know, belief that, you know, this was wrong. And the professor challenged him to a debate. And this dad is like, no, I can't do this. I don't debate. I'm not used to this. And he's like, well, he challenged him to a debate. He's like, all right, I'll do what I can do. So the girl is just like totally humiliated, trying to combine two words, humiliated that her father's even going to consider debating the professor. And don't ask me why I'm doing better than this, reviewing this than other movies. Anyway, so she begs and pleads and tries to get her dad to not debate the professor. But he ends up debating the professor. And it was very, very touching and very informational, and I got a lot out of it. And I believe in creation. I do not believe in evolution. There's no question about that. But I did do a research paper when I was in high school on creation versus evolution. And basically a lot of the same points that I covered were covered in this movie, but they expanded on it much better than I did. And I think you guys will really enjoy it if you like that kind of movie. Now, the other movie that I watched is called Elizabeth's Gift. And it's by a channel called Encourage TV. And I will put the link to both of these videos down in the description for you. But basically what this is a couple could not have children. They were just about ready to adopt, and she ended up pregnant. They had a little girl. Little girl was, you know, everything, highlight of their lives. And the little girl just randomly died. She was like 5, I think, something like that. She just died for no reason at all. And, of course, it's bad on the parents. The parents just, you know, suffer from it, which I completely understand. I've not been there myself. But I can understand, you know, grieving and losing a family member, nonetheless, a child. That just, I can't imagine. I don't want to imagine. But the dad is a police officer, so he just kind of, you know, spends a lot of time at work, doing a lot of things at work, try and help himself cope. And then the mom, she decides to volunteer at a local homeless shelter. Well, she keeps seeing her daughter, which I thought was kind of interesting. And every time she sees her daughter starts walking off, and she takes off running after her. Well, this ghost of her daughter leads her to another little girl who looks a lot like her daughter, who is a street child. If that's what you call them, I don't know. That's not what they called it, but that's the best way I can describe it. She's living on the streets. And another older child, like a teenager that is a runaway from a foster home, is taking care of her. So, long story short, it does have a happy ending. I have to say that the police work is a little shoddy. I don't think they would allow stuff like that to actually happen in real life, but I can understand it's a movie. But it does have a happy ending, and I enjoyed watching it as well. So I think you guys would also enjoy watching it. Now, for the YouTube channel that I really like, this was something that was suggested on my YouTube recommended videos one day, a couple months ago, and I have just gone back and watched most of this channel's videos. But I hope I got this pronounced correctly, but I believe it's called Talisman or something like that. But it is a channel of a young couple who lives in Sweden, and they actually live in, and I can't remember the word that what they call it, but basically it's a bunkhouse, what we would call in the United States a bunkhouse for, you know, ranches. They live in a bunkhouse that is only meant for summertime use up in the mountains. Now they've, you know, winterized it a little bit. They've made it more livable since they've been living there, but it's still not, you know, really suited for cold weather living. However, they live off the land for the most part. They have no electricity. They live off grid. That's what I should say. They do have a solar panel that they use to charge like their cell phones and their camera equipment that they use for making the videos, but it is absolutely beautiful. I love watching this couple, and listening to their English is amazing. They do really well with English. But a year ago, which they just celebrated their son's birthday, see, his name starts with an M. Can't remember. I can't remember what his name is. Her name is Tova, and the little boy's name is Ivar, something like that. His name is, I should have wrote this down. I might think of it. If I think of it, I'll let you know. But anyway, he's the one that does pretty much all of the video, you know, taking and editing. But all of their videos, for the most part, that I have watched so far is just beautiful pictures of the mountains where they live. And of course, they've still got snow there in their videos. And oh my goodness, it is so beautiful. And reading the comments, a lot of the comments are like, hey, it's just kind of like watching Little House on the Prairie. It is. So amazing. And the latest, not the last video, because the last video was a happy birthday to their son. But the one before that, they actually, what's the word I'm looking for? Butchered their chickens. They have, not all their chickens, they butchered most of their roosters. And they kind of show the process start to finish from, you know, when they start plucking the feathers off to saving all the pieces. They save the feet, they save the heads, they save the neck, they save everything. And then after they cook the chicken, they take the bone, they, you know, debone chicken and put all the rest of it with the heads, the feet, the neck, and all the other leftover pieces in a stock pot, and they make their chicken broth. Wow. I did not know. I mean, I've heard of the bones, but I hadn't heard of anything else like that. So I learned something new. But I think you guys would really enjoy this YouTube channel, especially, like I said, a lot of comments have said it's like watching Little House on the Prairie, which it's pretty close, because they do a lot of things old-fashioned way, just because that's how they choose to live. So anyway, like I said, I will put that down in the description box as well. I believe it's called Talisman, something like that. Go check it out. Let me know what you think in the comments. And I will see you right back here in the craft room for my next video.